Good evening. I'm Kyle Tejada, that's T-E-J-A-D-A, and I'm 14. And this is my little brother Ryan Tejada, and he's 8. And this is my little sister Alyssa Tejada, and she's 10. And over there is the rest of my family. And I'd like to say that we all here do support keeping those power lines out of our backyards. Now, I'm sure that, I've lived in this great city of Chino Hills all of my life. And I'm sure that many of these people here share my good sentiments. And I work hard in school, and so do many of these other great people here. We're in a recession right now, and some of us are hanging by the threads. Almost everyone's suffering somehow, and we don't need something else to worry about. The power lines are currently an eyesore, and upgrading them will only make them more so. Our neighborhood is a quiet, peaceful one, and I don't see how these power lines will improve that, or the construction for that matter. Currently, there is no traffic and little noise in our neighborhood, but the construction process will bring noise, dust, and traffic to our surrounding neighborhood. And the construction could drag on for months, and nobody wants to be next to a construction site for even a few days. And that reminds me, my house is right next to the current right-of-way. I measured it, and my house is just about 30 feet away from the right-of-way. That makes my house about 105 feet away from the power line, where the power lines will be. In fact, that makes all those houses right next to the right-of-way 100 to 120 feet away from the power line. Plus, what happens if the towers fall over? They take out at least one house in any direction, in almost any direction they fall. And those wires, if they break, these winds around here could easily land them on top of somebody's house or in their backyard. Okay. I like alternative energy. In fact, I love it. I congratulate Edison for its efforts to incorporate clean wind power into Southern California energy grid. But one solution must not directly create other problems for so many people. I remember that the EIR report said that the Chino Hills Alternative 4 was not recommended. The route would go through the state park instead of our backyard. Well, you know what the bottom line is? That says that they would rather put the power lines over those wolves, squirrels, and birds in the state park and over us, the citizens of the United States and California. Now, who's going to actually admit that they think that those squirrels, rabbits, and birds are more important than these citizens? Is anybody here going to actually admit that? And plus, we spend more than half of our day in our homes. And can you find anybody that spends as much time in the state park? Seriously. Well, we're spending over half our day in the house. We're exposed to the EMF and potentially harmful radiation from those power lines. Think of lead and smoking. They were used for hundreds of years, and they were thought to be completely harmful. There's a new study called Interphone, and it says that using cell phones regularly could give you a 50% higher risk of brain cancer. Well, that study cell phones give out the same thing that these power lines will be, but the power lines things will be stronger. Hey, you're putting us under these things, we're going to be the experiment. And, my grandfather has a pacemaker. That's a highly sensitive electronic device that keeps his heart beating and keeps him alive. And if these power lines were put in, he couldn't even visit our house, let alone stay here for a while. There's a setback limit for schools. Why is there a setback limit for homes? We are fighting for our families, our brothers, and our sisters, our homes and ourselves. We're the future generation of Chino Hills. We're homeowners. We're future homeowners. We are the people that oppose these 500 kilovolt power lines to the heart of our city. They'll uproot our neighborhoods, devalue our homes, endanger the lives of our loved ones, and others spoil our city's good reputation. They will cut straight to the core of our great community. If these were built in our backyard, I don't think I would want to live in this city that I have called home for all my life. I would not want to see my parents struggle to try to build and buy a new house away from the 500 kilovolt transmission lines of these trying economic times. No one would want to buy our house. No one would want to buy anybody's house around here. I believe that when all this is said and done, the city of Chino Hills and the people of Chino Hills will prevail, and we will win. This is why I say yes to change Southern California energy building the 500 kilovolt transmission lines in Chino Hills. Not by our playgrounds, not by our churches, not by our schools, not in our neighborhoods, not in our city. Not today, not tomorrow, not next year, not ever. God bless America and God bless Chino Hills. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tejada. Thank you, Mr. Tejada, and your family. And I can see that Chino Hills has quite a future.